Hey guys, this is Crab Hunter, and welcome back to World of Tanks. Woo! Now, if you haven't been living under a rock for the past few days, you'll no doubt know that there was a big event going on during the Gamescom event over in Cologne. Wargamming basically gave us a ×5 for the first victory won in any tank we had, and set us the challenge to earn 200,000 experience in order to get ourselves a Tier 6 premium tank destroyer, the Dicker Max. Now, the requirements were as such. You had to have a Tier 4 tank and above, and you had to score higher than 10th place in the game. It didn't matter whether you won or lost, so long as you got above 10th place, which in short, Wargamming basically says, play the game. If you suck, you don't get it, but if you don't suck, well done. You know, sort of thing. Or if you're not killed instantly by artillery, ammo rack, or basically don't get to do much. So normally though, I would avoid these kind of events, because what it would normally do, it would normally make me spasm out of my chair onto the ground and foam in my mouth at the rage that I would have. It would literally just, you know, it would just get so frustrating and so tedious that I would just give up, because it would just put me off World of Tanks for a long time. And this is mainly because, with respect guys, the ×5 event and vehicle challenges normally brings out the worst in World of Tanks community-wise. Not in the sense of people being assholes, though you do get them, but more in the sense of when people haven't played this game for a long time and they jump right back in, or you get the really bad players being extra bad because they're absolutely desperate to not suck so much in that particular game. And when they naturally fail, some days, they spit their dummies out in rage and shit their already dungy pants and start being right douchebags to their own team. Like, on more than one occasion, I had one guy reporting... on more than one occasion, we had people in games reporting our position because they just wanted the game to get over and done with because they didn't get a good score. You also had the people spamming in the sections on the map, like, go to B3, go to B3, go to B3, and for like 3 minutes you would have the ding, 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 and, you know, all the sort of things which would normally make any normal World of Tanks player just say, you know what, I'm done. But for some mad reason, I kind of did an opposite to that. I decided, instead of just being a coward and just buying the Dicker Max from the premium store, which was on sale at the time, I said, you know what, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try and see if I can get myself a Dicker Max for free by playing this game at its worst. And to see whether or not I can hack World of Tanks at its worst, because if I can do that, then surely playing it when it's not at its worst is far better. And surprisingly, I had a couple of decent games whilst doing it. So, without further ado, let me show you a few replays of me when it wasn't actually so bad. So here we are for our first game. I am in my T-34-85, and I'm platooned up with Nimbus and Bidden in the FE-304, and Nimbus in the KV-2 in a Tier 7 encounter match on steps. Couple things before the game starts. First of all, this particular vehicle isn't fully upgraded. I think I've only got the engine to go before she is fully upgraded, and also I'm still relatively inexperienced with this T-34-85, so I probably make a few mistakes for you 85 veterans out there. So the game kind of starts in a standard deployment with most of our heavy tanks pushing down towards the 1-2 line, and a few of our tanks, with myself and Nimbus included, trying to push down the 9-0 line to avoid an early cap. One thing I will say about the T-34-85, it's a pretty decent Tier 6 medium tank. I mean, my experience thus far with medium tanks has been the Cromwell, the EZ-8, and the VK3601H when it was a medium. So I don't know if I've got the full experience of medium tanks, but as so far, this is actually a pretty decent tank. Well worth a grind if you're interested in a relatively high alpha, pretty decent-ish mobility. But like I said, review will come up later. So anyway, the game starts off initially, and most of the enemy heavy tanks are pushing down 1-2 line, claiming a T-37, though a couple are also going down the main road as well, so Nimbus sets up to prepare for any kind of attack. I push on towards the cap, trying to see if I can spot any medium or heavy tank trying to make a push, and I encounter two light tanks. And a rather impressive shot goes into the side of the 38 NA whilst it's in midair. And so now as the little devil tries to escape, I go, oh no you don't, Stalinium shot! Praise Stalin. And the M5A1 tries to retaliate, but instead fails, and he tries again, but fails. And then he tries to move into position. I pop a shot. That Tiger had such a low alpha. I can't believe it. But anyhow, so 2 light tanks have been purged for the glory of Stalin. Meanwhile, Nimbus is currently being attacked by 2 KV-85s pushing onto his position. And at this point, I believe we just about lose the Tiger, I believe, about nowish. Yeah, like just about nowish, the Tiger. And yeah, there he goes. So the enemy Tiger has just basically wiped out, you know, our Tiger. So now Nimbus is on his own. So I send a message to Nimbus saying, yo, hang on a second, mate. I'm on my way. I'll try and see if I can get some rear shots into these bastards and try and provide you some support. Now, our Tiger very mistakenly makes a bit of a charge towards the cap, goes through the cap in order to make it to the other side. So the enemy now knows there's someone there. And also, I decide to strike a pose on the way to see if I can, you know, intimidate the factor. And Nimbus already claimed to kill. And, oh, hello. Hello, Tiger, that's stock. So I pop a shot and very foolishly go out in the open. So enemy Tiger reminds me of why it's a good idea not to do that. But I'm determined as ever. Trying to make sure I don't get shot in the side again by the Tiger tank. Trying to pop through. See if I can get a cheeky shot to the side. And I luckily steal the kill from that other Tiger. My apologies. And by this point, Nimbus has been able to save himself. And I decide to instead push on towards knocking out that other enemy Tiger. So now I panic shoot, and in a desperate attempt to hit it, sadly Stalin wasn't paying attention there. And now I'm on my own against a Tiger, because the other Tiger is basically down south in the north, so he can't actually get a decent shot on me, or him. So I pop, fail, but he actually gets a pretty decent shot into the side of my turret, so kudos to him for that. And Bidden, as usual, is doing his usual destruction of terror with his FV-304. So now I'm just desperately trying to mark it out to the guys. Like, guys, look, there's a Tiger, free meat, go shoot whilst I try and survive. So my next shot, trying going for an ammo rack shot. Finally, the Colonel Lander Tiger decides to push up. And now it's only a matter of time. That tank is basically getting annihilated. Now, I wasn't paying attention at this point to where he was aiming. At first, I thought it was Nimbus. But it turns out he's going for the Tier 5 tank, which is a bit of a shame. And, yep, there he goes, Tier 5 down. But luckily, that Tier 5 did just save my arse. And the next shot, bye-bye Tiger. So now, having cleared the 7890 flank, we're now starting to encroach upon the enemy spawn. But I am at ridiculously low hit points, so not exactly feeling the most confident about this kind of thing. And letting Nimbus go first, being the brave heavy tank that he is. The Tiger on the A-line, I'm not entirely sure why he didn't try and rush up, because I mean, I know the Tiger tank isn't as maneuverable, and I know he was trying to avoid just going through the easy route, but having seen both Nimbus and myself move up without taking fire, I would personally would have moved a lot sooner. But then finally he decides to push up, and by this point, we're now trying to spot the enemy tanks, and oh, I can just about, oh, come on, I see the top of your turret. Let me have shoot. Let me have shoot. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Reverse. Why don't you reverse, you bellend? Come on. Come on. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that T-29 or IS is about. Oh, God. Okay, better move, better move. Okay, let's move. Oh, my Jesus Christ, that was close. Oh, I think I might have just expelled a life there, and I do a very much wussy shot to try and escape from the artillery that was targeting me. I think I lost 1 hit point to that as well. So, yeah, the artillery had definitely spotted me, and now, now we're sort of just waiting for the enemy thing. There's the enemy M44. Let's get some revenge on this scumbag. I get another Stalinium shot. And take my time, aim, and the shot goes true. Oh, okay, so the enemy team have decided to, with their remaining tanks, push down to our flank. And our T-34-85, keeping them lit up, but not really doing anything to attack them with. Now, I know obviously you don't probably want to sacrifice your tank in such a manner, but a fully healthed tank at the end of the game you can certainly do a lot more than just spot targets. I mean, he was a fully upgraded T-34 or T-5 as well, so he definitely could have gotten some cheap shots into the artillery, or perhaps into the IS, or perhaps even just kept them lit up when they disappeared. So, personally, I think he would have. I think he should have pushed up a lot more. In fact, I'll go to free camp to stop you getting motion sickness. But yeah, like literally, he was just sitting there doing nothing. So I was like, great. Here I am on 35 hit points, and you are still doing nothing. Yay. So anyway, Nimbus and Bidden are all sort of just about setting up, and I have an FV-201 moving into position to support my attack. I'm extremely cautious because obviously 35 hit points, don't want to die. Trying to see if I can spot the guy, see if I can get in. Oh, someone's popping a shot, and oh yeah, it was Bidden taking the piss. Thank you very much, Bidden, you just made me shit my pants. So anyway, moving up towards this position, this is where I made probably the biggest mistake of the game. I tried to sort of go into the open to spot people. Now, looking back, yeah, this was a big mistake. I should have probably gone further around to the rear so I wasn't so open when I went into it. And that was another big mistake, trying to pop shots in the open, thinking I was taking cover, but not realizing, of course, that the IS tank has probably moved since he was last spotted, and I get shot. So, yeah, could have got a Top Gun, but thanks to my ineptitude, I didn't. Well, I only have myself to blame for that one. Anyway, so now that I am deceased, let's see what my good friend Nimbus does to push himself through. So he sort of moves up into position to get up into a shot when Bidden says, right, okay, we're not really going to make any progress by just sitting here. I'm going to try and see if I can get some shots in. So there's the enemy artillery. Artillery gets shot by the T-34-85, is it? No, the FV-201 gets the kill. And now we're going to nip over to Bidden, if I can. And Bidden going YOLO, trying to see if he can get in some kills. So then I decide to follow to nip Bidden. And moving into position, he sort of goes round doing a bit of a YOLO charge. Sort of testing his luck to see if he can or not. And there are the two enemy heavy tanks. So now he decides to push. He's getting closer. They haven't spotted him. Still hasn't spotted him. Still hasn't spotted him. And then Bidden just kills the T-34, T-29, and oh, only just gets taken out by the IS tank. By which point we were laughing our asses off at the stupidity of the T-29 and the IS for not noticing the FV-304. One of the best kills I have ever seen in World of Tanks. Period. And it's even more glorious to the fact that he just didn't see him before he popped the shot. And finally, the IS gets killed by the FV-201. Oh my days, that was hilarious. Oh, yeah, that was the game of the T-34-85. I'll now take you to the results of that game. Here are the results of that game. A fantastic victory in the T-34-85, gaining us a lovely, healthy 42,000 credits and 8,619 experience. Thank you very much, times 5. Doing a fair amount of decent module damage on that original Tiger I shot at first, nearly ammo-racking it. So close to ammo-racking it. I always get that sort of thing with the Tigers, but oh well. Doing a fair amount of damage also to the M44, and of course tracking the M5A1. So a pretty fantastic game all round, doing a fairly decent amount of damage. Going to the team score, I do 2,077 damage, which is quite awesome. I also blocked, I blocked about 140, and which was about bloody hell, 1,230, which wasn't too bad. And yeah, generally speaking, did a fairly decent amount of damage in that game, getting a base experience of 1,127. Well played to my opponents as well, especially that Ghost 642. Nearly took me out early on, and well, could have pretty much ended my game way early than it could have been. But unfortunately, I think a lack of support from his team probably resulted in his downfall. So kudos to him for playing such a good game, and also kudos to the enemy IS. The T-29, though, sorry, mate, you did that moment where you got butt-secked by Bitten in his FV304. I think you're going to have to probably hold your head in shame for that one, because that was just too funny. Oh, it makes me giggle about it already. Anyway, I'll see you now in the next game. So, here we are for our second game. I am in my Tiger tank. It's a tier 7 match, and we are on Lakeville for a standard deployment. I haven't actually driven this particular tank in a very long time. She was one of my first tier 7 heavies, naturally, and I do love her. She is one of my... I know she has her flaws, but she is one of my favourite tier 7 heavies. I mean, the IS is fantastic, don't get me wrong. But... yeah, Tiger Tank was the first tank I got my Radley... was the first tank I got a Radley Walters in. Also, one of the first few tanks I got my proper Top Guns in. You know, there were loads of variables. And I love this thing. So anyway, the game starts off with, as per usual, the usual quick spam of light tanks saying, I'm going to go here and probably going to die in the first few minutes, but anyway. And we also have a roughly average deployment of some tanks going to the 1-2 and other tanks going to the 9-0. And enemy tank's Panther is spotted in the middle, but the KV-85 in my front decides to stop for no reason whatsoever and stops again, forcing me to bloody turn around. Not very helpful. Now, one thing I will say to you right now is don't do this. This area is suicide for anyone who stops because they can get taken out very quickly, especially in high-tier games, when the view range of medium and light tanks are so good you can pretty much drive halfway up the line and you can still spot people. Now, we do get the ELC, but unfortunately, at the same time, one of our tanks, the Nassau, just gets killed by the enemy HD, and our A45 enemy takes out the Luch, so we lose 2 tanks to their 1. And apparently the Luch player was really damn good. So, shit. Enemy contact spotted on 1-2 line. I'm being ever careful because I know there's probably the Panther tank and the HD number 6 over there as well. Being a little extra cautious in into the 9-0 line, as normally a fair amount of tanks will push into this area, and when you hit the church area around this roundabout, artillery can get some decent shots into you. So we spot the enemy A45 pushing along to the 9-0, and our VK361H is waiting patiently for backup before deciding to push on in. Our Panther decides to charge into the fray. I attempt some rather poor side scraping when our Tiger P shows up as well. Trying to see if we can spot the FE, when all of a sudden the enemy Tiger pushes into the town, thus giving me the information that maybe we might not have any other tanks in there, and the enemy N45 is spotted as well. So I decide to be a little bit sneaky and go around the rear. Now, I do make a bit of a mistake here, and instead of going for the Tiger, I go for the A45. Not really working. Just giving my position away at this point. But luckily, I do have some building cover, so I try and go for a tracking shot first, and our VK very diligently gets himself killed by the A45. That said, though, the enemy Tiger is paying some attention to no one else but the enemy team, our guys, so I get a very nice side shot into him, which finishes him off. So now, one enemy Tiger less, we see the enemy FV204 popping a shot. I get a nice into it, but he does get my radio man as well. Get a nice decent shot in there. Our team starts to hammer this guy with so many shells. He nearly gets killed by fire, but I sneakily snatch the kill away. Don't know who actually fired that, but you have my apologies. When unfortunately we start taking fire from the left, as unfortunately the enemy team, the Panther and the Königsdieger Tiger tank, there we go, are still camping in the middle trying to pop shots on our flank. At this point, do get a nice shot into the side of the Panther. Unfortunately, the Stugfy does YOLO it and promptly gets killed by the Tiger. Oh no, it was the Panther. Anyway, Tiger tank moves into position. I get a decent shot in, trying to see if we can take out the Tiger, but unfortunately at this point we're using the rock for cover, and I get very lucky. I could have been ammo racked there by being just completely in the open and tunnel visioning on the Tiger and the Panther. So now enemy Tiger and Panther are taking. They're taking more and more damage, but that means they're going to be extra cautious. I'm trying to maneuver to avoid getting hit by artillery and the KV-85. S-51 trying to pop a shot. I try and see if we can get a shot in. That one doesn't work. Try and see if we can do it again. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes! Actually above average roll. Well, hey. And see if we can do it again. Nope. Nope, damn it. And, okay, let's see if we can go. Ah, the T-20 decides to push up. Can I just get a shot, please? Please, no, don't disappear, you bella. No! No, oh, god damn it. Right, okay. Wait until he can get spotted again. By this point, the Tiger P said, sod that, I want me some KV-85. So he pushes up towards that, and my shot naturally goes into the tracks. Yay. Luckily, I'm able then to read correct, and my second shot does get into it. Enemy Cheeto trying to side scrape and failing miserably. Low average roll, yay, and the M12 finishes him off. At this point, though, we are still taking fire from the side. I'm fire off a fuck-off shot in order to try and dissuade them from shooting, and it does kind of work. Enemy Panther, I pop a shot, taking out the Panther. By this point, I'm like, right, okay, one tank there, we can push. And at this point, I also notice that we don't have anyone defending the 1-2 line. So I'm like, charge for fatherland! Just going to note, probably not the best thing to do with this tank, which is probably why my survival rate is at 30%. I think that's the last time I checked it was 30%. Maybe it's gone a little bit higher. I doubt it, though. So we're charging our way up towards the HT number 6 when the T-20 knocks him out. When I spot the enemy M6 and the S-51, I start to kind of spam, shouting to the artillery, nuke that guy! Nuke him! Because the S-51 does have access to the 203mm gun, which can kill very quickly. So at this point, I get a little bit cautious, trying to make sure of it, and also trying to type to the team. I'm like, ah, god. So the enemy M6 taken care of, and I'm telling the guys, come on, let's push, let's push, let's push. Go, 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 go. When, by that point, the Grill has also taken out the T-25, so a little bit late. So all that's left now of the enemy team is the enemy Vespa. Now I have a kind of sneaky suspicion as to where he is, as well, that little corner there most other artilleries go to, so it's only natural he'll be there as well. So move into position, see if I can find him, not here at the moment, and oh hello, bang!
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And that was a tier 7 standard match in the Tiger tank. She still got it, and I still love her. So let me take you now to the results of that game. So here are the results of that game in the Tiger. A fantastic win, claiming 58,000 credits, 9,545. Thank you very much, times 5. Yeah, that was a fantastic one. And also, I thought I received an Ace Mastery, but it turned out I didn't, which is a bit weird. Probably need to rename that then. I swear I did get something of a Mastery badge. It might have been first class, knowing me. But either way, I got a high caliber, and did a shit ton on that. I also did a fair amount of spotting damage as well, knowing my ability in this thing. Yeah, it would be my luck, wouldn't it? But anyway, so let's have a look at the results. So, doing 2,711 damage in my Tiger tank, getting a base experience of 1,273. I also spotted, let me have a look, damage, I was able to, oh bloody hell, yeah, I got a shit ton in his supporting damage. Not only when I detract shit, I got 1,000 in that, but I also did a damage, 908 damage in spotting. I also blocked a shit ton. in damage by potential by by blocked by armor as well as blocked by potential. So yeah, she's a pretty fantastic tank, not gonna lie. But well played to our opponents as well. Definitely well played to our opponents as well, as they did, especially with that Tiger tank and the Panther tank, who certainly did a decent amount of charge, especially since they were holding that middle section for so long. So yeah, well played to our opponents, and also well played to the guys on our team who were able to charge on through as well. So let me now take you to the third and final game of the video. So here we are for our third and final game. I'm in a tier 4 tank on Hidden Valley, I think the name is, and we are on a standard match. Now I know for some of you might be going, oh, it's Theo Club. No, the event said I could use tier 4 tanks, so I'm going to be using tier 4 tanks. So anyway, I start the game off with a nice little friendly banter between myself and the Matilda platoon. So they start to lay down the challenge for, oh, we're going to kick your ass in a sense. And I'm like, okay, fair enough, challenge accepted. I have to admit, I was kind of expecting to get some pretty harsh talking, but, you know, it's actually quite nice to have a little bit of friendly banter between the enemy team and I. I am, of course, using the L48 variant of the Hetzer rather than the Derp gun variant, which I understand its usefulness in combat, and I'm not going to go on a rant once again about the usefulness of Derp versus normal, but I just prefer to use the normal. But yeah, nice sort of friendly banter between the beginning of the game. Deployment of the teams are as such, most of the tier 4s going up towards the midpoint for the Slugfest, and one on the A-B line. Sort of seeing a couple of, not many tanks going up to the north, and enemy tanks are spotted, and a lot more up in the north. Enemy BT, I fire, naturally the shell just misses us completely, and the next shot naturally goes in anyway. Yay! But then, of course, the enemy team make a massive push into the northern half of the map. So, oh dear. Enemy Panther 30 at NA with the B2. I decide to prioritise the north as there are not many vehicles defending that flank. So at this point, trying to see if we can get a shot in. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me have a shot. Come on. Oh, yes. Can I? Combinator? Yes. Yeah. Oh, of course you hit the bloody wall, wouldn't you? Oh, okay. Never mind. Let's relocate. Try and see if we can utilize this here. Okay, moving up. And are you kidding me? Come on. Come on, you fat German slug of a tank. Come on. I'll sod you then. I'm going down. So having failed to get up the hill, I then trying to find myself another decent location to support my B1 Kameraden. And we are doing a fairly decent amount of damage. So, okay guys, round 2. See if we can... I can't shoot a single thing. Shit. And unfortunately, I am unable to save my B1 Kameraden. Yeah. So at this point, I decide to try and see if we can do some damage to the Matildas when the enemy B1 finally is moved into a position where I can finally get some shots in. So I'm like, yes, I'll take that opportunity, thank you. First shell, flies home. Second shell, hopefully flies home again. Enemy looks, moves into position. I pop a shot, just about saving the medium tank. But unfortunately, the Combinator... Whilst I am taking a bit of fire from the B1, trying to see if I can be cheeky on him. Where the hell are you? Where are you? Pop another shot. Can't quite see him. The spotting range of this thing isn't great. Enemy Combinator moving into position to have another shot. Can't really see him. He just about misses me, and can't really see him. Taking a shot from the M3. Taking more shots. This thing is angled very well, so I'm luckily dodging most of them. I pop a shot against the enemy cruiser, unfortunately misses. B1 finally gets a damaging shot on me. I pop another shot, which misses completely. My accuracy was terrible in this game. But these tier 4 matches are batshit crazy. High intense batshit crazy. So anyway, Panzer B2 is pushing on my dear friend the T28. Slow rate of moving on this thing does mean I cannot save the T28. I pop a shot, and the kill is taken when the enemy B1 shows up again. So I'm like, okay, I shall return the favour by missing you first. And I'm angered, so there's no way he's going to win. He can only do damage to my tracks. And naturally I track him as well, saying, oh no you don't. And he's dead. So, enemy cruiser over there. Let's see if we can relocate and take him out. But, crap. The two enemy Matildas are still alive. And the Sexton says, nope, I got this, and takes out the cruiser. So after all that, a massive engagement. The northern flank is defended, but now 2 enemy Matildas are charging through. And I send a message to the team saying, hold on to them guys, I'm loaded the premium, we're going to see if we can go for some surprise butt sex. So myself and the M5 decide to push along to try and get them. Now I do notice the M5A1, and I'm like, yo dude, if we can't beat them, try and cap, so that way we can at least beat them by capping. Because if we can just keep them busy whilst we're capping, hopefully we'll be able to, you know, we'll delay them to a point where if once they've killed us, they can't actually charge and take us out with the, take the guy out who's capping. Now, unfortunately, this thing is not very mobile, and the combinator will send like a little bit of a, sends the help message, and I'm like, hang on, matey, hang on. And unfortunately, the enemy Matilda goes down towards attacking the rear and decides to start charging the combinator, and I'm desperately trying to rush and go. The M5A1 for some reason doesn't cap for the first few minutes. I'm like, god damn it, start capping. We know where they are. And I try to move into position. Oh, come on, relocate. Aim. No, god damn it.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Can't quite get the enemy to save the combinator. But then this is actually where something pretty awesome happens. The M5A1 has the attention of the Matilda, and he starts luring him round by reversing round the corner, giving me the ample opportunity and time to get a nice cheeky shot into the side of the Matilda. So I'm like, come on. Boom! Take cover behind the B1 so we don't get damaged. Come on. See if I can get a cheeky shot. Firing. It bounces, unfortunately. I have 1 premium shell left. And bang! He is dead. So now it's a matter of killing the last Matilda. And I happily put in the banter message, here I am, having stayed silent when they asked where I was. Great bit of teamwork there. And well done, Spanish. Well, you almost did well. But then they start to say, oh, you got the wrong Matilda. Oh, really, I say. Challenge accepted. So we've only got like 25 seconds now to get to kill the Matilda tank, or we cap. So the Matilda tank must know he's screwed. He pops a shot towards our Lorraine, takes him out. Spanish defender can't pen him. He takes damage. High angle first. Bounced. Second shot. Boom. Finishes him off. And I do a bit of a mic drop moment saying, how about now? And as such, finish the game with 5 kills, 927 damage, perhaps a little bit more due to blind fire, and ending that pretty intense game with a nice victory. So I'll see you guys in the results screen. Here are the results of that game. It was a awesome victory, with getting 21,000 credits and earning 6,125 experience, spotting a fair amount of tanks, and also doing a fair amount of module damage. Nearly ammo-racked one of the Matildas as well, which is hilarious. Knocked out the engine of the M3 Stuart, and done a fair amount of damage, doing 5 shots in total to the enemy B1. Thanks to the ×5 of that, I got 6,000 experience, and out of 25 shots, I hit 16 of them. I'm not the best when it comes to their accuracy. Doing in total 1,046 damage, getting them, I think I'm only just underneath for experience and damage by the T28, who actually lasted way longer than I did, and well, I think no, he lasted a little bit longer down on this front, and also did a shit ton of damage, so kudos to him. Also, well played to our opponents, because they had a pretty decent game, especially the Matilda, who scored the most, like 757 experience and like 1,000 damage. You know, it is a bit of a heartbreak on that one, but well played to him regardless. He did a damn good job, and it was a lot of fun playing that. So well done to him, and well done to our team. So now taking out to the garage. So guys, there you have it. 3 pretty epic replays of me and my friends trying to fight our way through the monotony of terrible teams, terrible matchmaking, and god-awful RNG. But the question is, did we win? Did we successfully hold the line, beat back our opponents, and claim a glorious victory in the form of a Tier 6 Premium Tank Destroyer? Well, I can happily report we did. Yes! Yes, we were victorious. We had the tank. In fact, I got the tank bloody early. The event was about to close. The event was due to close on the Sunday, but I said, sod that, I'm going to grind. And so I did. And it was painful, but I got it. So I now finally have a Dickomax in my garage, and you bet your ass I'm going to do a review on it. And definitely going to be playing this girl. I mean, I'm going to keep her. She is going to be mine. And she is going to be a gorgeous tank destroyer. And it's going to be lovely. And it's got the same gun as the Stuart Emil, but it's a Tier 6. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what potential this girl has, and also very much looking forward to sharing that with you guys. So thank you very much for watching this episode. If you like this kind of content, do let me know in the comment section down below, clicking on the like button, and of course subscribing to the channel. If you yourself are a YouTuber, a World of Tanks player, or a World of Tanks player who does YouTube, feel free to let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything I could do to make the next video even more awesome than the last. So once again, thank you very much for watching. This is Crap Hunter signing out.